Hello and welcome, welcome to the Relationship Theory. Here we take difficult emotions and we talk them out like they are a regular conversation. Today, mind your business. We like to use this phrase, mind your business, as if it's an offensive one, right? Yeah, we do. And we see it all the time. We see it in movies, we see it in TV shows. Someone's going about trying to do something and they're focused on something, and someone just has that tendency to involve themselves in a situation that may not involve them at all. And so that person is told to mind your business. But today I want to talk about the way minding your business is actually it sounds like an offensive phrase, but it's a defensive phrase, everyone. Minding your business is not an offensive phrase. And when I say not an offensive phrase, I mean it's not the kind of thing you say to people when you want to tell them to mind their business while you are busy. Because you have autonomy, you have freedom, right? You have liberty. You can just go somewhere else. You can just remove yourself and the person never has to bother you again. But when it comes to mind your business being a defensive phrase and not an offensive phrase, this is what I mean. I'm talking about the kind of phrase that you use when you want to remind yourself not to allow distractions to come towards you, to come within. This isn't minding your business is about you knowing that other people involve themselves in your business, and not that you tell people to mind their business to get them out from distracting you, but to remind them to stop distracting themselves from what they ought to be doing. So defensive in that it's actually a phrase that you use in concern for someone else. So mind your business. Mind your business, because whatever I'm thinking about and whatever I'm building and whatever ideas I'm creating from within me, they might not fuse with the kind of ideas that work with you. And your day just might be worse off because you decided to think about me. So mind your business. So that's what I mean when I talk about this topic today. Mind your business is a defensive phrase. It's not something you tell people. I'm sure it looks good on movie screens and TV shows, but it's not something you tell people. You don't tell anyone to mind their business. You're not their parent. So telling someone to mind their business isn't going to help in that sense. Because their business is you, apparently. They didn't spend any money on you. You're not spending any money on them to take care of you. And so, just as equally, it's strange that they're even concerning themselves with you. But mind your business. Because the world of thought is so much more of a web than we think. It's so much more entangled than we think. And that's why it's so important to mind your business. If you're not careful, you might just think yourself into trouble because you're thinking about someone who doesn't want to think about you. If you're not careful, you might just think yourself into a problem you never wanted to have because you weren't thinking about yourself. You weren't focused on yourself. You weren't concerning yourself with what matters to you. And it really, really should. Now, if you're the kind of person, if you're watching this video and you know better to mind your business, then that's wonderful because you understand what it means. You understand what it means to take care of yourself, right? Equally, if you have people that you know pay attention to you, well, this is the message that's for them. Because there's no way to look at anyone who is paying attention to you and then to pay attention to them and tell them to stop paying attention to you. Do you see how strange that gets? That's why minding But that's why mind your business is a defensive phrase, not an offensive one. This makes more sense when you're talking to someone that you're much more concerned with. This makes so much more sense when you're talking with someone that you actually care for. If it's a friend or a family member, then mind your business makes sense. But not to a stranger, not to your ex, not to that old relationship or business partner where you both aren't actually talking to each other. No, not them. No, because you might just think yourself into trouble. So why don't we, with all this minding our business, think ourselves out of trouble? Go ahead and think yourself into some good business. Think yourself into health. Find a good word for yourself to think about today. And that is the relationship theory. Enjoy your day.